When I started as a public speaker in 2004 as a professional, my very first public speaking talk, I was paid 35 Rand. It's not a joke, it's a true fact. I was speaking, it was then called Caesars. Today it's called Emperor's Palace. The Black Management Forum was celebrating 10 years of empowerment. Babu Don Nkwanazi, the now late, invited me to come and speak at that conference after I'd just come back from Australia. The keynote speaker at that conference was the then president of Thabo Mbeki. Been at this a long time. God's been too good, too good. And let me tell you, I was paid 35 Rand that day. The lady who booked me said to me, Mr. Don Nkwanazi heard about you. Once the Sowetan had written an article about me and said we should get you to come and speak. She said, how much will you charge us? I had never thought about that. And for some of us, especially if you come from where I come from, if you all come from money, good for you. I don't come from money. I really just don't. Some of us in the family are the version 1. Some of us in the family are the first ones to get that certificate. Some of us in the family are the first ones to have been in an airplane. Some of you are the ones in the family where you are the first person your mother went to the airport for. She paid me 35 Rand. She came to me and gave it to me in an envelope. This is back in the days when 5 Rand was a paper note. Some of you remember that. She gave me this 35 Rand, this lady. Her name was Chantil. She said, why did you charge us 35 Rand? This is a true story. And I said to her, because I wanted to buy airtime. I wasn't lying. She paid me 35 bucks. I took that 35 bucks. 2 years prior, I shared with you guys, I had won the World Championship in public speaking. Nedbank had sponsored my competing at the World Championships in London. I got 4 business cards. One was from this guy called Tom Boardman, who started a company you might have heard of called Boardmans. Tom became the MD of Bank of England, BOE, and then became the MD of Nedbank. She gave me the 35 Rand. I went and bought airtime. She said, but why? I said, because 2 years ago, Tom said, when you become a professional speaker, phone me. I took the 35 Rand. I bought the airtime. I phoned Tom. Tom remembered me. Tom said, someone's going to call you. 2 weeks went. After 2 weeks, I got a call from a lady called Nolita. Nolita said to me, I've got a conference for my executives at Nedbank. Tom said, I must book you. She said, I've got a budget of 15,000 from 35 Rand. You see where it's going? She said, will you accept it? Ngati lalela. I will do 5. She booked me. I traveled to, it's now called Carnivores in Mulder's Drift. There's a restaurant there called Carnivores. I went and spoke there into a room full of executives. In the room was a guy called Caution Benolio. A year later, he leaves to join a company called Anglo Coal as an exec for HR. He's now late. He saw me that day. The year later, Caution phoned me, paid me 25,000. What's the point that I'm making? It has only been but by God's grace. There was no business plan when this thing started. Have you ever had milestones that are a surprise to you? That email that comes in and you're like, it can't be. I was just in the US. I get an email from Harvard Business School. And they say, we've heard that you're in Boston. Would you come and do a lecture in Harvard? Only by God's grace.